All right.
Hey, hey, hey. Happy Thursday. So Becky and I are back with a little weekly tip during this holiday season with all of you. So today we want to talk about just a couple tips on keeping your list going and a couple tips on what you should be doing as you're reaching out to them and then what you should be doing as far as like social and things like that. So all of us start out with a list. If you went through the new associate training, you know that Sonara talks about a list, talks about adding people to this list. This is a living document. I watched the new associate training. I wrote down 10 people and nobody wants to purchase or join and I'm done. This isn't working. That's not how this works. And if that's how you thought how it worked, then you're mistaken. The list is something that you're going to continue to add to. I carry around a notebook with me literally everywhere I go. Um, and I add people to the list, people I might see at work, people I might see at church, people and my mom's, mom's group, maybe people at sporting events that you just have a conversation with. And I write them down. It's like a living document, right? You're always putting people in. You see someone on Facebook, you're like, oh, I should reach out to her. It's been a while. So this list is always growing. You're always growing to your list. And you might see some different people posting on social, like get in my whatever, if talking about transform or talking about when we were talking about the holiday bundles and you comment VIP and things like that, that is people that you're continuing to add to that list because people are engaging with you, interacting with you. You should be doing the same thing back to them and having a conversation and building a relationship with them. So people looking at your stories, people looking, commenting and liking your posts, having that back and forth conversation, interacting with them. How are they doing? Thanks for checking out my story. Do you have any questions about the mojo I shared? Those, you should be having those conversations and interacting. People are not going to reach out to you. Maybe a small percentage. You have to be the ones to reach out to them. And I know in the new associate training we talk about social and what you should be sharing during the week. And if you're kind of like, I don't know what to share, I feel like I'm flooding with Trinant, I feel like I'm not sharing enough, break it up. So maybe it's an interactive post. This time of year is really great with holiday things. Is your tree lit? Is it not lit? Is it colored lights, white lights? Is it whatever? You can do a lot of interaction posts on your page. Post about your family. People want to see what you're doing in, with your life. Post a testimony once a week, maybe twice a week, post a testimony, yours or somebody else's, and just keep that social content going. Like we said last week, you want to keep planting the seeds. You don't want to shut down for 2 weeks. So those are a couple tips on keeping your list going and keep adding to it and keeping that conversation going. And like Becky and I and several of you, we don't know what your list looks like. We're just assuming you're adding to the list unless you're sending us snapshots. We have no idea what's on the list. So just make a note that that list is like your devotional, like your Bible, like that thing is that's gonna carry with you every single day. So Becky, you want to take over and add some things?
Absolutely. And another thing I want to add to that is pockets of time. I've reached out to a lot of associates who say, I don't have time right now. It's the holidays. I got holiday shopping, baking, parties, and things like that. When I'm up and I'm making my mojo in the morning, I sit down, I drink my mojo, and I do 5 reach outs. When I'm in the car, I'll send a couple voice clips. When I'm just at the end of the night and I'm laying in bed, shoot out a couple things. It doesn't mean that you have to sit down for 3, 4 hours and focus on that. Utilize those pockets of time because we're coming into the end of the year and you don't want to wait until the 26th of December to start reaching out to these people. You want to plant the seeds we talked about last week now so that they can grow that last week, right? And one big thing that I wanted to add, and this is huge, who has a list of people and who has a chicken shit list? Okay. I have a big chicken shit list. And I'm the kind of person who will reach out to and will talk to anybody. And if you have people that you are not reaching out to because maybe they intimidate you or you're afraid they're going to say no, reach out. What is the worst thing that could happen? They may say, I'm not interested, but maybe I'll take a peek and I'll buy something. Or they'll say, I want more information. Or they'll say, you know what? No, thank you. That's really not for me. I have never had anybody get mad at me or unfriend me for asking that question, right? Um, True story. I had somebody who I've been passing over on my on my list. They've been on my list since September, you guys. I reached out yesterday and I was so nervous what they're going to say. And they said, absolutely send me more information. This is a true story. Like even Carissa can attest to that because I sent it to her right away and said, holy cow. So don't be afraid to reach out to other people. Don't worry about what their opinions might be. Other people's opinions don't pay your bills, right? Other people's opinions aren't paying for that big Mexican vacation that you want to go on. So don't worry about the opinions of other people. We're all adults here. The worst case scenario is they're going to say no, thank you, right? So definitely get outside your
like
comfort zone. That's where the magic happens.
and the no thank you part, just real quick to add to Becky, is don't take it like don't have an emotional attachment to it. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone because you're worried about what they're going to say or think of you. Just cut that emotional attachment.
Right. So I'm going to add a link down here at the bottom about how to get 90 prospects in 90 days by Aaron and Kathy Parker. They hit diamond in 55 days. So they joined in August and they have just sailed through this. They have some of the best prospecting ideas. While you're driving, while you're folding laundry, just play this in the background. I have gotten some really good tidbits from these guys. They are part of a different organization, but boy, if you want somebody to tell you how it really is, this is a great video to piggyback off of this if you're interested in more ways to get more prospects and people to want to join with you. So, all
I
right.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. Well, have a
Thanks.
great weekend and we'll see you next week.